What's going on, guys? This is Crozen, and welcome to the first part of my Fallout 4 character creation guide for an assassin. I'm excited for Fallout 4, as probably a lot of you are. That's due to release next Tuesday, and while we don't actually have the game yet, we can actually go forward and create our special attributes that will make up your character at the beginning of the game. I will go a little bit more into perks as well, but obviously I don't want to delve too far into that just because I haven't played the game, so I haven't experienced the perks for myself. But with that being said, a lot of these special stats that I made are a little bit to do with some of the perks that I have already looked at. So going forward, things are a little bit different in Fallout 4 than in Fallout 3 or previous Fallouts, where we had sort of skills when we leveled up, and it was just very different from the kind of new style that Fallout 4 has. The skills are kind of mixed into the perks, and a new thing that Fallout 4 added was whenever you level up, you can actually level up one of your special stat, or you can level up one of your perks. So if you make a mistake early in the game, like say for example, like in our build here, we have strength at 1. So say for example, we wanted it at 3, we can actually level up the strength attribute twice and get 3. So you're not locked into anything if you make a mistake here, so keep that in mind. You can actually level this up when you level up your character. So as we see here, we have strength at 1, perception 4, endurance 3, charisma 2, intelligence 5, agility 10, and luck at 3. And there is a specific reason that I chose each and every one of the stats the way that they are listed, and I will go over every single one of them just so you guys get an idea of where I came up with these numbers and to get you guys ready for next Tuesday. So starting out, we have strength at 1. A lot of the strength perks, I guess, they have they're a lot to do with melee and unarmed. And this is just something that we're not going to use. This is for sort of like a ranged assassin, so we won't be using a lot of melee or a lot of unarmed. But one thing that did catch my eye though for strength is the armorer perk at rank 3 or strength 3. So you can actually gain access to higher level armor mods, and I don't know if this is going to be something we are going to need, but if we will, then we can actually level this up in the future. So that's why I kind of want to keep strength at 1. I don't think carry weight is going to be a huge issue, simply because we can give our equipment to followers and they can hold our carry weight. So yeah, that's why strength is extremely low, so we can have a little bit more balance in every one of the other individual categories. So moving on to perception. As you can see here, we have perception kind of high, and there is a good reason for that. Perception and agility really go hand in hand in this game. Perception is sort of like the thief aspect of the assassin. So you have things like pickpocket. You have perks like Rifleman here, which attacks with non-automatic rifles will do more damage. And going all the way up to 4, where we get at the very beginning, since we have 4 perception, we can be able to pick advanced locks. All we will need to do is just level up the perks in order to get them. So I thought 4 perception was a really good starting point for an assassin. Obviously, we're probably going to level this up in the future, but just to keep it a little bit lower to start the game so we can actually level up some other individual categories, as you will see later. So moving on to endurance. In any RPG, especially Bethesda game, endurance, we've always had that kind of thing. And I was always one that never really wanted to be at the lowest health possible, and it's kind of the same in this game. I chose 3 for a reason, simply because of the Life Giver perk, which you can gain plus 20 maximum health every time you rank this up. And for the 3rd rank, you can actually slowly regenerate lost health. So I don't know how big that is going to be. Again, that's going to play out for when you actually have the game and you can witness that. in the game, but I think 3 endurance is a good starting point for any build, and for an assassin it's definitely something that I think is necessary. Obviously, we're going to be a little bit sneaky, but if we run into trouble, we're going to probably need that extra health. So moving on to charisma, and charisma is sort of like the thing that I'm not really too sure about, so I kind of just want to keep this at 2 so we can get the lady killer / manhunter perk, which I'm assuming that this is based off of the gender of your character. So say if you are a man, then that means you will be able to do more damage to the opposite gender. So it works like that. Obviously, you get plus 15% more damage in combat, depending on which character gender you are. And you are able to pacify with the intimidation perk and persuade with dialogue. So, again, I don't really know how big of a role charisma is going to play in this game. It could be really small, it could be really huge, but we kind of can level this up in the future if we need to. So that's why I wanted to keep it at 2. But at the same time, it's something that we can level up if we have to. So moving on to intelligence, and I gotta say, intelligence is probably the single most important special stat in this game. There's so many perks that you're going to need regardless of whatever kind of class you make or whatever kind of build you are. For example, we have medic perk, which you restore more health with stim packs. And you remove more radiation with Radaway. So you got Medic, you got Gun Nut, which will give you access to the gun mods, which I'm sure everyone is going to want to have this. And moving on, you got Hacker at Intelligence 4, which you will be able to hack master terminals when you level that up to the maximum. And you will never be able to get locked out of a terminal if you go all the way up to rank 4 in that. And, there's also Scrapper, which is for Intelligence 5, which you will be able to salvage uncommon components like screws, aluminum, and copper when scrapping weapons and armor. Now, I don't know what those components will be used for, but you can make a good guess that it's probably going to be used for gun mods or armor mods, or maybe even something for your settlement. So, intelligence is really significant in this game. I cannot stress that enough. So you're going to want to have this relatively high, especially to start. It's probably something that you're going to want to have regardless of what build you are. So yeah, intelligence, you're going to need it. So moving on to agility, and this is your primary stat for an assassin. You're going to want to have this really high, and I went all the way out with this, went all the way up to 10 agility, simply because it makes the defining aspect of an assassin. So we have a lot of cool things like Commando, which attacks with automatic weapons will do more damage. You will get improved hipfire accuracy, and you will be able to stagger opponents. This is only agility 2 requirement, so you can get this relatively early in the game. We also have agility 3, where we can go with sneak perk, which is similar to how Skyrim did sneak with their perks, how you went up every 20%, something similar to that. And we have other things too, like Ninja at agility 7, which is also similar to Skyrim, how we had bows were doing more sneak attack damage, and melee weapons were also doing more sneak attack damage. Well, it's kind of a similar thing in Fallout 4, but it's more of a range attack, so that would mean your guns will do more sneak attack damage and your melee weapons. So, and going all the way out to Gunfu at agility 10, you will be able to do more damage to your second VATS target and beyond, and you can actually level this up all the way to rank 3. And I cannot say enough, agility, if you are going an assassin type character, you are going to want to have this at 10 in the future or whenever. So I kind of chose to go right from the beginning all the way out, max this thing out. So moving on to, last but not least, the luck special stat, which we have at 3, and I simply went for 3 just because of the Bloody Mess perk. I'm sure a lot of you guys remember this perk from Fallout 3, and I'm not sure if it was in New Vegas. I'm assuming it was, but it was in Fallout 3, and it was a really fun perk to have. Enemies would explode, and they kind of went and improved this in Fallout 4, which now you can go up to 15% more damage in combat when you have the Bloody Mess perk, and you can always go up to rank 4, which will make nearby enemies explode if one of your enemy explodes. So it seems like it is going to be a really fun perk, and it's really going to help your damage. This is definitely something you want to have. You could pick it up really easily with just 3 luck. So yeah, there's my special stat build guide, if you will, for an assassin, guys. And this can get your character started right away on Tuesday. You don't have to worry about looking for what kind of stats you're going to need for an assassin. You got it right here. And look forward to maybe me doing more parts in this series, such as maybe going over the perks that you're going to want to have, things like that, maybe the type of armor, weapons. So yeah, that should do it for the first part of this build, guys. And if you can like, comment, and subscribe, that would be great. And I will see you guys in the next video.